Police arrived here on the scene to this house right behind me, 1101 South Allen Street. And neighbors tell me that the suspect has been a constant problem in this neighborhood for a long time. This area was supposed to be for recycling. Now it's just one big dumpster. Could Bible history be a course elective in public schools across the state? Now, the salary after attaining a CDL license could range from $50,000 to $60,000 a year, and for some corporations, that number could even be doubled. As you can see, we tried to get across this roadway where we were stopped by this debris here in the middle of the road. I had to step out so I could show it to you all. 14% of 100,000 people commit suicide, making it the 10th leading death in the U.S. Math, science, technology, and art all focuses in the school system, and today the school board members had a chance to get more details on signature schools in DCS. This is the implementation plan, and in all is 156 pages long. Nationwide search is over for an ex-police officer who reportedly shot his girlfriend. The suspect took his own life Sunday night in Montgomery. The school could move up from 6A to 7A and take out these cougars, and now they're going to be known as the Dothan High School Wolves.
That's not the first time with them.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
So they had trouble before?
Yes, sir.
The response from one neighbor after a woman claimed she had been held against her will, along with possibly being drugged and raped for 2 days to a week at this house on South Allen Street. The suspect has been identified as Timothy Eric Brewer. Brewer has had previous drug charges from earlier this year and also 2 back in 2016.
Once we got here and made contact with her, she stated that this house is where the crime occurred, and then we tried to make contact with him, and then after going in and locating him, we pulled him out of the house and then secured the house waiting for the search warrant.
Neighbors say they have made constant complaints to police about Brewer's behavior, but very little action has been taken.
This guy has been abusing this girl, and we've called the police several times to come out. He runs into the house. The police say, well, there's nothing we can do. They bang on the door, or they knock on the door. Well, if you don't come to the door, there's nothing we can do. Mom could have had him registered as a sex offender for exposing himself to my mom. My mom's a senior citizen on oxygen.
All right, you have him write in writing that he is sorry for what he did to my wife, and we'll let it go. But I want him to admit it. Okay, he said he'll do that. $500 fine for the court and the judges and all these other people, and he can pay it. And he goes on back home.
I don't know how he was walking around with all the stuff he was doing, and I don't know why these women would constantly put up with him unless, you know, powder or whatever like that, you know, but no woman should put up with that kind of abuse over there.
Opening a brewing company has been a dream for Robert Smithbauer.
Actually had legislation recently changed to allow breweries to operate here in Enterprise.
This brewery was set to open between August or September this year, but the government shutdown has pushed back that opening.
TTB, the agency that issues permits on behalf of the federal government for operating a brewery, has stopped the processing of new permits and labels for brewers who are producing new beers to be released to the public.
This could extend the processing time to open the brewery up to 13 months. The shutdown cost him his location for the brewery as well.
There's several other locations that we're working with people, so we have some backup plans, but you really have to plan.
It's unfortunate when our government that is there to help us acts in a way that is the opposite of that.
Jacob Sellers of Folklore Brewing tells me that the brewery is still recovering from Hurricane Michael, and the government shutdown has just added insult to injury.
It's been more than 90 days and we have not got any aid from our insurance or from the federal relief program, and those workers are not working right now.
Sellers says running smoothly and taps flowing is a huge advantage for any brewery.
If we can't can, or if a production shuts down for any reason, stores run out of our products, and then the customers can't get the beer that they love.
Hi, my name is Owen, and I am 5, and I have Crohn's disease. I go to Children's every month for Remicade infusions.
Owen says he's lucky because after his treatments, he can come home. unlike other children who have to remain at the hospital. So his heart immediately called to help, and that's when he learned about the Sugar Plum Shop.
Is a program in children's in Birmingham that allows in-care patients, kids that can't go home, to get free gifts during Christmas and holiday seasons, birthdays. And so once he found out about that, he said, "Mom, I get to go home after my treatments, so I want to give to these kids who can't go home."
That heart led to not only his family, but churches and others donating gifts for the patients at Children's Hospital in Birmingham. Everything from toys to clothes were purchased for the patients, and Owen showed some of his favorites. What you got in your hand?
It's a God book.
Okay.
It's a baby Jesus book. Because that's baby Jesus laying in a manger. I knew that. God is my favorite. This, because it has my favorite pup, Chase. And I like to shoot out stuff. Mittens are my favorite because they're warm. This is one of my favorite guys because he's my favorite color, blue.
The gifts were delivered on his 6th birthday, and he also presented a check for over $1,500 to the Sugar Plum Shop. This was the first time that Owen and his family have done this, but his grandfather says this certainly won't be the last.
I suspect this thing will grow exponentially. We're not going to limit what God wants to do through this young man. And if we have to take 2 tractor trailers up there full of toys for these kids, that's what we'll do. They'll see that this young man has a giving heart, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen as he grows into a man.
And it's Owen's giving heart for others. It's what's good in the neighborhood. Courtney Chandler, WDHN News 18.